Well, happy hump day. It's Leza live on the radio, on the news, 103.5 FM, KYCA, and Drew is back from assignment. We were so concerned yesterday.
Sorry about that.
Are you okay? Everything all right?
Everything's good. Just
okay,
had to
good.
take care of some things.
Okay, very good. Well, you know, I sent you a text. I asked for your location.
That's the first time I've seen that ask for your location thing, by the way. I didn't even know how to answer. I was like, let that go on.
Yeah, isn't that funny? Well, I was like, we just got to get to the bottom of it but Jason was so lovely, just so you know, because I was very concerned. He's like, people just have some things to take care of sometimes. And I'm like, all right, that's good to know, boss man.
So he filled in. You guys got through it. It was a good show.
Well, we had conversations with Carol. So there was
a good show.
there was a lot of chit chat involved.
I'm
so
sure.
Jason and Matt took a little nap, but Matt's back again today.
Always, every day.
Well, not tomorrow.
No, true.
No, he's got to feed his soul and his spirit tomorrow.
Muy
try to.
importante.
What's that?
Muy importante.
Yes, it is. Is that what you were doing yesterday too?
No.
No. Okay.
Well, I figured if he called in on Wednesday, we would know the tacos took a turn.
Oh.
But
Yeah.
yesterday was Tuesday, so what did you eat on Monday, Drew?
What did I do on Monday? I can't remember on
Right.
Monday, but we did Taco Tuesday yesterday.
Oh, where'd you go?
We went to Maya, Frank's Maya.
Frank's. How was it?
Excellent.
You love going there.
Well,
You guys go there a lot.
Well, the thing is that that's one of the places that everybody likes.
Right.
Some
So it's
people like
easy.
Sanchez more than others. They
Right.
want Lindo. So, but that one seems like everybody agrees on. And
Perfect.
That's what they said. I don't care. I just go.
Yeah, right? Did you get the tacos?
I got carnitas and I got a carnitas taco and a chicken enchilada.
Oh, fantastical.
combo. And they do a great job there.
Well,
And they have the big Mexican Cokes.
the real ones.
The real ones, but
Yeah.
the big ones.
Yeah, not
So,
the little ones.
Not the little ones.
The big ones. Well, Matt has a suggestion for dinner tonight. Matt.
Oh, I have a suggestion
away.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I was going to say,
Yes.
talk about a Mexican food and
No.
ask if Drew ever leaves and goes to Prescott Valley. But
No. Do you ever go to eat? I don't think I do.
Oh, yeah.
Do you eat? Where's your favorite place to eat in Prescott Valley?
It depends on what I'm hungry. Like
That's
example, if I'm going for Mexican food over there,
Yeah.
I'll go to either Guadalajara or I'll go to Olivia's. Of course, there's Cane's,
Yeah.
Ciao Bella.
Ciao Bella. Yes, absolutely.
I mean, we just went there.
Yeah. That's my choice.
And there's also this little sushi place that's in that shopping center, and the gal is from Japan, and she does great sushi. That you don't look at it; it's not fancy. It's more of a takeout.
Yeah.
But does a great job there. So if you're in there and you need to grab a roll or something,
Fabulous. Now Drew is our restaurant reviewer.
perfect.
you don't
Yeah,
think
critic.
I look like this
Food
because I don't
critic.
eat.
Food
That's
critic.
the real thing. I like food. Sorry,
Well,
folks.
We love it when you fill us in on what you've eaten the night before.
Well, the reason why I bring it up is there's a new Mexican restaurant in Prescott Valley that I went to, last week, I think?
Yeah.
And its name has the exact same name as a Mexican restaurant I worked at as a child that's still there.
Yeah.
And they're not related, and I was just trying to figure it out. And the food was very good.
What's
I
the
liked
name,
it.
and
It's
where
called
is it?
La Casita, and it's on Spouse.
Oh.
La
near
Casita?
Yeah,
Casita.
and it's near Spouse and Robert. And I was looking into it because the family down there the one I worked for, they have their cousin or nephew or something that owns a bunch up here in northern Arizona.
Right.
Like Flagstaff, but no, this one's tied to ones out of the Valley and also Miami Globe area.
Oh, okay.
But it was very good. The only problem is they don't have their liquor license yet. So
no margaritas for you.
No, I had to drink water. I was so disappointed.
Very disappointing.
But they had the application on the window, so that's all that matters.
Okay, fantastic.
It's coming.
Fantastic.
So what did you eat there?
You guys,
Lisa's trying to get
I
going.
I have so much to get to, and I need Matt to talk about where we're gonna eat tonight. Well, you guys
At Peter Piper Pizza.
Yes, tell us why we need to eat
So-
at Peter Piper Pizza tonight.
So everybody knows that I am obsessed with my Jeep, and I am a member, I guess you would say,
Yeah.
of the local Summit
Club.
4x4 club.
Yes.
Not the company,
Right.
but just the club.
Right.
And they do their their fundraiser
Right.
throughout the year. Everybody thinks it's just a one run, but I mean, I also like Tatas and Trails.
Right.
And so this is one of their fundraisers for Trails for Tatas.
Yes.
At Peter Piper Pizza. So here, this time we are putting the fun in fundraiser at Peter Piper Pizza. Get ready for great pizza, drinks, and some don't even get me started on it, dessert pizza, and let the games begin. We're going to hold a few friendly competitions with prizes utilizing their arcade games. You might want to practice up on your free throws, beer pong, sharpshooting, and driving skills.
Oh, so there's gonna be lots of things going on.
So not only are they getting a percentage of the food, they're also getting a percentage of non-alcoholic beverage and fun passes.
Oh, wow.
So what it is there's a flyer that says enjoy food and fun and raise some dough.
Perfect.
You bring in the flyer, you present it to them, or you use the code if you're ordering it online called Fresh Dough, and you will receive 15% of all food proceeds, non-alcoholic beverage, and fun passes go to the Trails for Tatas fundraiser.
Perfect.
And
What are the times?
just this evening.
Just
I
this
don't
evening. So you
have.
gotta-
Oh no, 4 to 8 p.m.
4 to 8, and you
4
got to
to
bring
8
in the
p.m.
flyer. You got to get
Yes.
the flyer from the website.
Yes.
What's the
there's-
website?
Trailsfortatas.com, I believe.
Okay,
Yeah.
very good. So there you go. There's your suggestion.
Or use the
and Matt
Fresh
will
Dough
be there.
code.
Matt will
No,
be there.
well, maybe. I don't know. 4
Well,
to 8.
You're part of the club, man. You got to go.
Yeah, but I try not to eat pizza.
Yeah, right.
Even delicious Peter Piper pizza.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyways, yeah. Oh, and if you want Trails for Tatas merchandise, Lori and Victor will have some on site, like their new hats and T-shirts and stuff like that.
See, now you really got to go because you're the model for the club.
If I was the model, then there would be a lot of pizza all over the floor.
Okay, Matt.
Okay,
Sounds good.
I got it in there.
All
Done.
right, nice job. Also
All
want to
right.
let you guys know this is PSA Day. To this coming Saturday, it's Community Appreciation Day at the Heritage Park Zoological Sanctuary. Free admission to all guests as a small thank you for the support they have received from the community over the past few years. So you're going to be able to visit 200 plus sanctuary residents and enjoy an outdoor day at the zoo. Concessions will be available, and that starts at 10 on Saturday until 4 o'clock. Plus, they want to tell you about their new summer hours that kick off on May 1st. And the zoo will be open daily from 9 until 5. So there, we just gave you 2 really fun things to do here in the area. And guess what? Kelly Tolbert is coming up with her midweek weekend preview, and she's going to tell us what else is going on here in the area.
She's going to have
For
even
fun.
more.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Is she here yet? Is here?
She's here.
Yes.
Okay, good. Fantastic.
Hi, Kelly.
So we got to talk about, you haven't put the Eagles up yet.
They are up. I just hide them because,
Okay.
I don't want to get us in trouble.
Right. No. I just need to make sure they're okay. Eagles are looking great. They've got lots of feathers, and they're resting currently right now, which is definitely a good thing because they're growing.
They're growing.
They're growing.
Do you think we could talk to the friends of Big Bear Valley and see if they could put out a little radio for the birds to listen to us in the morning?
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah.
That would be really nice. We should actually contact them and get them on the show and
That'd be
have them
fun.
give us
Have
a little
them,
report.
have them call in.
Yeah. Okay, I'll see what I can do. I'm on it. Today is Talk Like Shakespeare Day. Blah, blah, blah. Can you talk like Shakespeare, Drew?
Not even that. No.
Does it even interest you to try? Me neither. What about you?
What's a Shakespeare? Is that a sandwich?
Thou does not like talking like that.
Yeah, right?
Thou'st not
Thou.
enjoyest.
Yeah. How about, wilt thou runneth to the supermarket?
That's cheating. You're reading it
I
off
am.
a piece of paper.
So what? So what? Shakespeare invented the word bedazzled. He couldn't have imagined it would ultimately refer to, embellishing your jean jacket.
Exactly.
Bedazzling. Yeah.
That's
It's
all you're embellishing. It's a good day.
Administrative Professionals Day. So everybody, when you leave, make sure you give Diane a big hug. She's really not administrative. She is the boss. She's the boss lady. And I'm pretty sure Jason knows it. And Janice. Right?
That's why she's here.
Right. Absolutely.
I know you know it, and Drew knows it.
Well, you know it too, buddy.
Yeah.
Yes. It's International Nose Picking Day. Don't say you don't do it because 91% of people have done it.
And the other 9% are liars.
Well, yeah, because every once in a while there's something up there you got to get out. We don't need a visual, Drew.
I mean, what else?
I don't need a visual.
What else
Thank
are you going to
you.
do when you're driving?
That's usually
Don't
when,
ask.
That's usually when men pick their nose. I've never seen a woman pick her nose when she's driving. Never.
Oh, you
We
haven't.
do it in the privacy of our restroom where we can dispose of it properly and wash our hands after.
Oh no, you have not met my younger sister then.
No.
Oh
No,
yeah.
don't
Why
go
do you
there.
think I call her niece Booger?
Yeah.
My
her
niece
daughter.
Booger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Her daughter, my niece.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Well, I have met her. Yes, I have met her.
Just don't shake hands.
Well, I mean,
She got green hair.
I think it's definitely okay for you to do it on occasion when you have to, right? I mean, sometimes a good blow won't get everything out. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Oh,
called the Kleenex.
yeah. Will you please demonstrate on the air? On the air.
Hold
how
on.
to
I don't have a
properly-
camera over there. Let me run
Well,
over there.
but we can hear it.
Oh Lord.
No.
Yes, please.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he had a bigger noise than that.
Well, that was good. That was just one with force. Did you get it all?
Fine. See? The things you learn on this show.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
don't need to be a nose miner. Get a tissue, blow your nose, and
Right.
get done with it.
Exactly.
My-
Get it out of there.
My brother-in-law has the most unique way of blowing his nose, and he does it all the time.
yeah. How?
It takes so long, and he does so much, and he does it in public, and
Yeah.
it's so loud
Yeah.
that I've made it his ringtone on my phone.
May we hear it, please?
No, you don't want to hear it.
I totally want to hear it now. Will you find it during the break, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Kelly Tolbert wants to hear it. Too.
Kelly wants to hear it?
Yes, we all want to hear it.
All right.
Did you guys know that there's a medical term for nose picking? It's rhinotilexis. Rhinotilexis, which is Greek for, well, nose picking. And doing it too much is called rhinotilexomania. So some people have that affliction. I'm not going to say who. No names will be dropped on this show this morning.
I just called it digging for gold.
Digging for gold. There you
Yeah.
go.
Nose miners.
Nose miner. Yeah.
Nose
miners.
miners. It's also National Cherry Cheesecake Day.
Okay, I go with that.
I could do that if I need to. National Picnic Day, Purple Up Day, recognizing Army brats and the children of other military personnel. Famous Army brats, Shaquille O'Neal, Jessica Alba, Bruce Willis, John Denver, and Christina Aguilera. And today's the 20th anniversary of YouTube. 20th anniversary.
Wow.
Makes you feel old, huh?
Doesn't it? I mean, it feels like just yesterday.
Are
Yeah.
you sure? Are you sure you want to hear this?
Well, are you ready to do it?
Yeah, I'd have to turn my phone off silent. Hold on.
Okay. All right, Matt. Well,
Okay,
when
hold
you're
on.
ready, we're just standing by. The whole world is on standby for Matt's ringtone of his brother-in-law's.
There it is.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Put
Hold
it up on the microphone.
Okay, I gotta get it on the microphone. Hold
Okay,
on, let me
okay.
crank this
Everybody
up.
stand by. There's nothing wrong with that, Matt. It sounds very similar to mine.
I feel sorry for this guy.
Here's the thing. It keeps going. That's one.
That's
That is
hilarious.
not on repeat. That's just
That's
one.
No way.
I'm
hilarious.
dead serious.
Sounded like it was on repeat.
My younger sister is so embarrassed. She makes him get up and go out of the restaurant, not to the
Yeah.
bathroom, out of the
That's
restaurant.
the proper thing to do when you have a
Absolutely, if you've
honker
got-
like that.
yeah.
That's just rude.
I mean, Jimmy Durante couldn't pull that one off.
I mean,
he's getting ready to play it again.
no.
Oh,
I
we
put
don't
it
need
on
to hear
silent.
it.
I
We
put
don't
it
need
on
to-
silent.
That is so funny.
But yeah, that's the ringer.
Okay, I love it. I love it. One more note on YouTube. The first video, a 19-second clip titled "Me at the Zoo," was uploaded by founder Jawed Karim, and an office he rented above a pizzeria near San Francisco. 1 year later, do you know how much they sold YouTube to Google for?
A lot less than what it's worth now.
$1.65 billion in one
Whoa.
year. That is amazing.
Yeah, but imagine if they would have kept it.
Well, I think that's pretty good return on your investment in 1 year.
Well, that and also, they,
You don't have to work after that. You're done.
yeah. Well, maybe. I mean, depends what they do with it. I mean,
Matt, every once in a while, just go with it. Just go with what I suggest.
well, what if they have an
Everyone-
addiction?
Okay, we must move on. Kelly Tolbert is getting
They're not going to
restless.
if they got an addiction with that much money, they're not going to live that long anyway.
Exactly. They couldn't live long enough to spend it all.
Be a heck of another year, though.
I mean, we can argue about anything in this.
Yeah, I mean,
in this room.
look at the In-N-Out owners, the two brothers. They made all that money and snorted it until they killed themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the other thing I have to say is YouTube, if they wouldn't have sold it to such a large company as Google with the resources, we probably wouldn't have it the way it is today.
Right.
It would have been smaller, more like,
Yeah.
Vimeo or something like
MySpace.
that. Yeah, MySpace, yeah.
Yeah, gone
You
to the
never know.
wayside. So they were smart. I think that
Yeah.
was a great return. So let's move forward, shall we? Kelly Tolbert's coming up with her midweek weekend preview, and coming up a little later on this hour, we're going to be chatting with the ladies from the Luxury Prescott team at Realty One Group Mountain Desert. So stick around for that here on Leza Live. Did you guys know that tooth decay often comes down to one factor? What is it, Matt? One factor.
Acid.
At Pro Solutions Dental Group, they target the source by helping patients control acid levels in the mouth, preventing cavities and keeping smiles strong. For a refreshing, proactive approach to your dental care, visit Pro Solutions Dental Group online at PrescottDentist.com or give them a call, 928-776-1208. Welcome back, and thanks for hanging out with us. It's Leza Live on the News 103.5 FM, KYCA. It must be Wednesday because the lovely Kelly Tolbert is in with her midweek weekend preview. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. How are we?
We're doing great this morning.
I think I missed an important part of the
earlier
part of the show.
Here, hold on. I
Matt's
got it.
going to
Here,
play it
hold on.
again.
Is that a ringtone you paid for?
No, it's his brother-in-law blowing his nose.
I'm thinking we should start charging. I'll have to talk to him about it.
Did he do that on cue?
He's got some serious sinus problems.
It's still not over.
This is one blow
This is
in a
one blow.
restaurant.
Now it's over.
You have
Did
the
you-
most interesting things happen in restaurants.
Well, he has the most interesting family.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
like your nickname for is it your niece? That you
Yeah.
yeah, my niece Booger.
Booger.
That's her, Booger's father.
That's Booger's father. Now you
How
know.
would I not be surprised?
Thank you, Kelly, for asking for him to play it again. No more, Matt. Put your phone away.
Yes, ma'am.
We've had enough.
Sorry.
I've had
Sorry.
enough.
I've had enough too. But
After Drew's great restaurant review, we get mad.
yes, Right?
Well,
I mean,
Family antics.
the things that you learn on Leza Live.
And my buddy texted in, Chris, he was saying the sushi place Drew keeps talking about in the Safeway
Yeah.
shopping complex that are over in Prescott Valley is called Sushi J's.
Oh, Sushi J's. Fantastic. Have you eaten there?
I have not.
I have not
I need
either.
to get myself out to
We
Prescott
probably
Valley.
do together.
I would
good.
love that.
We have to pack snacks and beverages to take the track.
Road trip.
Road trip
to Prescott Valley. It kind of feels like it some days.
Sometimes it
Yes.
does. Yes. So what's going on, girl?
Well, it is Wednesday, so starting with Thursday, we have the Murder on the Orient Express kicking off at the Hazeltine. Sorry.
Like Valentine.
I know. I
Yes.
always forget.
I know.
Hazeltine Theater, and they have performances this weekend starting on Thursday at 7 p.m. There's a performance on Saturday and Sunday, and that's a dinner theater kind of experience.
how
I know
fun.
your compadre, Mr. Barb, talks about a lot of this when he's on.
Yes.
Have you guys talked about this?
We have. He shared with us the set design, and he says it's quite something to
I
experience.
would imagine, and also like food. Is he doing food?
I don't know. Did he mention food? He's going to be in on Friday. He's going to guest host for me because I have my dad has a
Assignment?
doctor. Yeah, I'm on assignment on Friday. Yeah.
I don't think he
so-
said he was doing food for
I
the
think it's
Orient
just the
Express.
show.
No, I think it's just a show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I
And he
don't want to
did say
misinform.
they're bringing in more chairs that they have for the theater now, so there's going to
Yeah.
be more seating. But he'll be in on Friday, so please ask him to tell us everything.
Yeah, they added like 20 seats with the
Yeah.
new chairs or something. Yeah,
It's great.
So that's great.
Wonderful.
Very fun. Very fun.
Awesome. Well, get your tickets online for that. And then it's Fourth Friday Art Walk again.
Again already.
I know. Wham.
Wow.
We're
Where
almost
did
to
April
May.
go?
Wow, this year.
I know.
So plan for that. And there's, a lot of street closures happening with our annual Whiskey Off-Road race.
Yes.
Kicking off Friday morning. They have all those streets blocked off. So check the website.
Okay.
whiskey-offroad.com. Their beer garden, most importantly, is Friday afternoon after I think it's
The crit.
yes, the crit.
Oh, right?
So
Yeah.
yes,
yeah,
the
the
pro
crit
crit
race.
kicks off,
Yeah.
and then that's real quick because they're pros.
Yes.
And they go up Union Street. So once they come down, it's
yeah.
like
They
fast.
go round and round and round.
Yeah, I was
Yes.
gonna say it's not that quick. It goes pretty well into the evening,
Yeah.
but they are fast.
Oh, they're so
They
fast.
That's why I
take
think
the-
it's quick.
Yeah,
because
they
they're so
take-
darn fast.
They take the bikes that they use in the race on Sunday, and they throw slick, fat tires on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's awesome if you haven't
Yeah.
experienced it.
Yes.
Lots of fun. I remember seeing you working the beer garden at this very event when Scott Dandos
did.
raced in it on his birthday.
Yeah, that was
Couple years
5 or
ago.
6 years ago. That was
Oh.
when I was working with Brad. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's a lot of fun.
Is it like pour a beer, drink a beer?
Sure.
No.
It can
That's-
be
I
if
mean,
you want it to be.
I'm not
I
allowed
don't
to
know,
tell
you're not
people that.
selling
But yeah,
it.
I was
well,
thirsty.
you are selling it, so you can't probably consume.
Yeah.
But
Hold on. I got breaking news real quick.
Oh.
Friend of the show, Dwight Dievlin of
yes.
Road 1 South fame,
Yes.
says the FCC has been contacted about our nose picking segment. But he also says, but oddly enough, I was picking my nose after leaving the dentist this morning, so congratulations.
Yeah. See, exactly. Everybody does it, even those that say they don't.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Digging
Okay.
for gold.
I've never done it, but
what is the
Everybody
saying?
does.
You can pick your nose, you can pick your friends, but you can't pick your friends' noses.
right. I have never done that. That's a fact. I probably picked my baby's nose at one point.
Well, that's necessary. You're doing them a favor.
Just trying to keep them alive.
Exactly.
Don't tell the FCC.
Exactly. Should we move on?
We should. So the Whiskey Off-Road, keep in mind the road closures and safety for our bicycle
Thank you.
and workers of this event.
Right.
And then get down there and check it out because it's a lot of fun.
Or take a road trip out to Prescott Valley this weekend.
Finley Toyota Center has
Yes.
the YCCA's annual home show, so you can find anything and everything that you might need for your home or may
Even-
not need.
Even our head honcho, Jason Zinzaletta, will be there.
You have to stop by and say. And I
Yes.
think he said they're doing a contest or a
Oh,
giveaway.
I don't
and-
think he did. I don't think he said he was going to try and find some swag.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
Just say hi to Jason while
Yes,
you're out there,
yes,
please.
exactly.
And that's Friday through Sunday, starting at 9 a.m. And then you talked about the fun event at the zoo
Right.
already. So
Free day at the zoo
free day
Saturday.
starts at 9. You can check out all our fun little critters out there.
Yes.
And then Sunday, I thought this was something different. At the Hampton Inn on Highway 69, they're selling tickets for this. It's a floating sound bath.
floating sound bath.
So they do like these Tibetan bowl kind of
Yes.
vibrational healing tools, and then you float in the pool on like
Oh.
a mat, so you can reserve. I think they're doing some poolside reservations if you don't want to get in the water, you just want to see what it's about.
Wow,
So
on
it's-
Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Starts
Very
at noon.
nice.
So there's more information available online. And then, of course, our local businesses around the square and our little taverns around town are having live music. So
Lots
you can
of live
find,
music.
find something for everybody this weekend.
Yes.
Um,
Well, wonderful.
lots going on. We're
What's-
getting into our season.
What's the tagline for her segment? Do you remember, Matt?
No.
If you're bored, you're boring.
Yes. If you're bored, you're boring.
Hashtag.
I think it's true.
Yes, because there's so much going on.
There's a lot more going
Yes,
on
yes,
than
through-
this.
throughout the area. Well, thank you so much for your midweek weekend preview.
Thanks for having me. I
Yes.
love to be here.
Yes, we love it when you're here.
Thank you.
Yes, you're part of the dream team.
I love it.
With or without picking your nose.
Okay.
Well, everybody does it, Matt.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Kind of a necessity
I don't know.
sometimes, I
Elena
think.
Sandwick's coming up next, and I'm pretty sure she does not.
I
pick
would
her
agree
nose.
with that.
Yeah.
We'll have
Definitely
to
not.
ask.
Okay. All
Maybe her
right.
baby's noses.
There you go, Kelly. We'll see you next week.
Thanks.
All right, stick around for the team, the Luxury Prescott team with Realty One Group Mountain Desert coming up next. Ladies, when it comes to your health, you deserve expert care from people who truly listen, and that's exactly what you'll find at Prescott Women's Clinic. Whether you need routine checkups, prenatal care, or help navigating menopause, their team is dedicated to caring for women at every stage of life with compassionate providers and a welcoming atmosphere. You're going to feel comfortable and confident in your care. Give them a call today. Make an appointment, 928-778-4300, or visit them online at PrescottWomen'sClinic.com. And we're back. It's Leza Live on the news, 103.5 FM KYCA. And we have Elena Sandwick from the Luxury Prescott team with Realty One Group Mountain Desert in with us this morning. Everybody wants to know, do you or do you not? Have you or have you not?
Oh,
Oh, jeez. Here we go.
You're not going to say.
She's not going to say.
I'm going to plead the fifth.
Please admit. See, I highly doubt you ever have. But you probably picked your baby's noses.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, 'cause
yes,
that all
yes.
moms do.
Is that the topic of the day?
No.
Okay.
Oh, it is now. Yeah. Yeah.
It has been for the
Oh,
last
my
30
gosh.
minutes.
It's-
Elena has decorum, all right? We got to let her be
Thank you.
She is a
prim and
classy
proper.
lady. She's a
Oh,
classy
thank
lady,
you, Matt.
and that's why I said that I highly doubt that you have. And well, it's International Nose Picking Day, so it's not just
I
us.
got you.
You know,
Okay.
around the world, people will be talking. Here you go. Which one? This one? Is that
Yes.
better?
Oh,
Is that
perfect. Thank you.
better? Around the world, people will be talking about
Yeah.
nose picking today.
Oh,
So it's
I
not
see.
just us.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Just happened
I
to fall on
love
your day.
Picking my little babies though, like
Yeah.
the little.
Whatever
you
they
know,
needed
wasn't that
picked.
fun?
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
It was-
Now I try to pick on them, and they do not like it. They're almost
Yeah.
30. Well, they're over 25.
Yeah.
We'll just say that.
Yeah.
Oh, what about their husbands? I mean, I'm sure they don't like it when you're picking their nose.
Oh, I don't pick on
No.
the husband.
You don't pick the
no.
husband's noses?
No.
No.
That would just be weird.
No. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that would be a little
So-
bit. I think that
No.
some
Delaney and Dempsey's
boundaries
is
would be
fine,
crossed.
but their husbands, no.
The husbands can take care of their own picking. I'm pretty sure.
It's
Yeah.
when the babies can't, do
Do it
anything.
themselves.
They're little helpless little creatures.
That's right, Matt.
I have no clue.
Should we switch gears here?
Yes.
Let's talk about real estate before we get cut off. Before somebody says no more. All right, you're in this morning. You're going to talk to us about how to improve clarity between the clients and the real estate professional. I'm sure that this is an issue. I'm sure
Yes.
sometimes there's miscommunications. Sometimes people assume things. And so
Correct.
you're going to give us some tips on how we can
Yeah.
make this a little bit easier.
Yeah, I thought this topic would be interesting for all of us. and
Yes.
it's it's buyers' expectations and what they have in their minds,
Sure.
and when they meet a real estate professional. So, in understanding, so your first meeting sometimes is a phone call, a Zoom call. We meet at a house, or sometimes we meet at a coffee shop prior.
Okay.
Make sure you have a good rapport with that person.
Mm-hmm.
Meet them. Try to meet them face to face. If you
Right.
can.
Right.
And understanding that your communication is on the same plane. And do they understand what you're looking for? Another question is, do you understand what you're looking for?
Right. Absolutely. Because
So,
if you don't,
yes.
how can you communicate
Yes,
that?
and
Yeah.
making sure that you and your partner, if you're buying a home with someone else, both understand or are on the same page.
Yes. Has that
Because-
happened to you before?
Yes.
Sat
and
down
then-
with a couple and all of a sudden they
Mhm.
had no clue what they were looking for.
And then one goes to the bathroom. Well, we could go up to this amount, but I don't want that person to know. I'm like, well, you both are gonna know. So
Right. That is so
can you
funny.
guys go have a powwow and then come back? Or,
Right.
talk together, then come back.
Right. Get on the
Let
same
me know.
page.
Yes.
Be clear with each other before you meet with your agent.
Exactly.
That's good advice.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And then, once you're comfortable, then, with the new AAR rules, you have to sign a form.
Right.
So you can sign a form, which is the buyer broker agreement right to show, or a buyer broker exclusive employment agreement,
Okay.
which is a little more exclusive
Okay.
and a little kind of really locks you down through the whole process.
So it's a commitment,
Yeah,
right?
It's a real commitment.
Yes.
The right to show document has a little more leeway, and you can limit it. You can limit it to your week that you're visiting Prescott,
Mm-hmm.
or you can limit it to a month and say, okay, is this professional right for me? How's
Right.
this working out? And understanding that. So, but you will have to sign a form.
Yeah.
And then we're also now starting to see unrepresented buyers. And I
Mhm.
don't know if they understand that they're unrepresented.
Right. Exactly.
So no one's helping them with inspections and everything else. And then also there's no liability on the agent's part, of course, because they're unrepresented.
Mm-hmm.
Whether they're saving money or not is really a question mark.
Yeah.
Because most sellers are paying their listing agent an unrepresented buyer fee.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, it really
so,
doesn't benefit you
yeah,
to
it
not
really-
be represented.
No.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you don't want the listing agent to represent, or you want a different agent, or whatever you're comfortable with.
Right.
Some people only want to work with the listing agent.
Mm-hmm.
It's just we see it all.
Sure.
Yeah.
I bet you do.
Yeah. And so, and now let's understand the agent's role and why you want to hire a real
Okay.
estate professional.
Okay.
because they can guide you through the process and ask them, what's your approach? How do we get started? Hey, this is our first trip to Prescott, but we have somebody else lives here. Our neighbors are talking about it. So a lot of times you have to decide, do they want the full tour? And then we kind of narrow it down by, by lifestyle.
Right.
And so,
Sure.
Are you equestrian? Are you a golfer? Are you
Sure.
a pickleball
Do you
fanatic?
have kids?
Exactly.
Do you want to be where there are kids? Yeah,
Yes,
parks.
yes,
Sure. The list is
exactly.
long. So that's in that
Yes.
first meeting, you kind of get an idea of where they're looking. So you don't spend your time looking at places they're not interested in.
Exactly. But also make sure you understand what the role is of your real estate professional. It is not our role to describe a neighborhood as far as the people,
Right.
because we
'Cause
have
how
fair
would-
housing.
And how would you know?
But it's fair housing.
Sure.
And we have to be very, very protective. So it's very important that if you are considering a neighborhood or a subdivision that appeals to you, go ahead, park your car, walk your dog, take a walk, take a hike.
Interview the neighbors.
Yeah, well, you might meet some neighbors while you're walking, right?
Sure.
And ask them. But, and it can vary from the people to, do you hear a lot of dogs barking, to, is there a camp nearby? Some people love the sound of kids laughing and playing.
Right.
Some people don't.
Sure.
Or are there families in the area? I can't tell you. You need to investigate.
Right.
So that is not our role.
Okay. Good to know.
Yes.
Good to know.
Yes. And then, but once you decide to sign an agreement with a real estate professional, then you are owed fiduciary duty by that agent.
Okay.
And that includes, obedience, and that means lawful obedience.
Right. Right. Yes, ma'am.
We're not putting the seller under duress or anything for you.
Right.
So give us a 20%, 50% discount.
Right.
And then loyalty, disclosure, confidentiality, accounting, and reasonable care.
Okay.
And so we have you in our, in our corner. So
Yes.
we are your advocate.
Yes.
And I don't know why, because we're just above a used car salesman, I think, in the ethics department. I don't know. And there's a scale.
Yeah.
And but most professionals do take it seriously.
Absolutely.
And, because we want to keep our license.
Yes, and you care about
But we care
the
about
job
people.
you do. Yes.
But we care about people.
Sure.
Yes.
That makes sense.
And it's definitely a relationship, not just a transaction.
Yes. And I'm sure just like every professional, there are some in it just for certain things and some that take it seriously. And you want to find one that takes it seriously.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, and then many agents, so also many buyers actually search for their own home on Zillow and Realtor.com, and there's numerous.
Right.
I feel like every week or day
There's something new.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
But we all have the internet. Finding a home to see is usually not the hard part.
Right. Right.
It's actually writing up the offer, negotiating the terms, finding out what and if there's another, we're still seeing multiple offers, believe it or not.
Are you
or there's
really?
backup offers.
Yes.
Do you want a backup offer? What's our strategy? How should we go in? What are the needs of the seller? So for us to help represent you, and then it's also the escrow. The escrow is a lot of work. It's our connections with all the inspectors and contractors and making sure that you negotiate your repairs correctly, and then also making sure everyone's on the same page to execute a timely closing date.
Sure. That all
Yeah.
makes sense to me.
So we quarterback that, So agents are the quarterback.
Yes, absolutely. Should we take a break now?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
we're going to
sounds
take a
good.
break. And when we come back, more with Elena Sandwick from the Luxury Prescott team with Realty One Group Mountain Desert here on Leza Live. Okay, Prescott, when your heater gives up in the middle of a cold night or your AC decides to quit during a summer heat wave, who do you call? AC Medic Heating and Air, locally owned and operated. They're the trusted pros who show up on time and get the job done right the first time. And here's something extra awesome. Seniors, veterans, and first responders get 10% off all repairs. So don't wait until you're sweating or shivering. Call AC Medic Heating and Air, your trusted first responder for comfort. The number 928-848-6224. Again, 928 848-6224. Welcome back to Leza Live on the News, 103.5 FM KYCA, chatting with Elena Sandwick from the Luxury Press Kit team with Realty One Group Mountain Desert about how to improve clarity between clients and real estate professionals. And you were explaining before we went to the break how to understand the agent's roles, understanding what the role is of the agent. And you had a couple more points to make on that one.
Exactly. And then is to understand is when we're in the escrow process and you are collecting your information, a lot of times, sometimes the sellers don't even have time to complete the repairs. It may, and they might be health and safety repairs that you're requesting, which you are supposed to focus on.
Sure.
And so, a lot of times we'll get estimates from contractors and we pull out our resources so that we can give them a legitimate number to say, okay, well, in lieu of repairs, we'll take a credit.
Okay.
And all this negotiation happens, and really, it's really fun when you're working with another agent that's fabulous, because then you can say, okay, well, what's going to help make this a win-win? And this is, so it's not about trying to screw the other one over. Or,
right.
I'm going to, make sure they're going to pay for everything. And,
yeah.
It's just like, what's reasonable?
Yeah, and you want it to work for everybody involved.
And a lot of times we'll say, because most people, either they have their seller hat on or their buyer hat. And I'm like, well, you just sold your home, so put your seller hat on. How do you remember when you received your BINSR?
Right.
Which is the buyer's inspection notice, seller's response.
Okay.
So very important, but they also understanding that we are, and as I mentioned earlier, quarterbacking the whole escrow.
Sure.
And it's making sure the loan docs get in, at the right timing, that, and everything comes to fruition, because we've even coordinated where someone's house is selling and they're and then they're buying the same day. Right.
Can you imagine?
And it's stressful because if
bet.
anything gets delayed or is not submitted on time,
right.
It's so it's there's a lot of work behind the scenes that people don't see.
Sure. Absolutely. So then let's move on to when you're ready to make an offer. What's the real estate agent's role there?
So back to that first meeting, are you ready to make an offer?
Right.
And sometimes I've had a buyer once that said, "Oh, we're just coming to look at Prescott and wanted to see a few homes and neighborhoods." And I'm like, "All right, okay, yeah. Well, we're really not going to retire for 5 years, so we'll be back in 5 years." I'm like, "Well, I'll be here.
Right.
Give me a call.
Right.
It's your timeline."
Yeah.
So then I literally received a call 3 hours later.
Uh-huh.
We want to put an offer on this house.
Oh, wow.
And their first visit.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
They fell in love and they don't want to lose
and they're
it.
like, "Well, we don't want to lose it."
Yeah.
And so I'm like, "Well, great." And so be prepared. So if you are financing, make sure you have a pre-qual. Make sure you interview at least 3 lenders.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, or if you're paying cash, we need verification of funds to submit your offer, to make your offer legal.
Sure.
And so be ready. And a lot of people don't understand that they need it's an AAR pre-qualification form completed by their lender.
Right.
Yes. And most agents can give you lender referrals.
Right. I can't imagine taking that on by yourself without an agent.
Yeah,
mean,
it's a lot.
Yes.
Yes. And understanding all the deadlines and making sure, for instance, hey, this is it. Your earnest money will go hard.
Right.
Yes, it's non-refundable. Like
Sure.
now you're really in so understanding all your deadlines.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very, very important to have someone, because our buyers are busy.
Yeah.
They're working. They
Exactly.
have families. They have lives going on. So to
Mhm.
keep track of all that for them,
That is the job.
it's worth it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So you want to move
And then,
forward?
Yes, and then, but verification of assets, and it can be a letter from your banker. It does not have to be a bank statement. You don't have to show all your cards.
Right.
Make sure your account number's not on there.
Yeah.
Black that out. That's not necessary. Just,
Sure.
it's just very important that you understand. And sometimes I think people are more comfortable taking their clothes off than they are showing their financials, right? 'Cause
Possibly.
yeah, or talking about your FICO score.
Right.
So it can be a little vulnerable.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, but be honest with yourself on what price point you want.
Okay.
So going on to that, please be honest with us.
Okay.
So I had a situation where some buyers, and be honest about your price point. Be on
Okay.
the same page.
What do people generally do? Do they say they want to spend more or less?
Usually less.
Okay.
They tell me less.
Okay.
So then I want to be respectful.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And so if they give me a certain price point, maybe I'll go a fraction above,
Mhm.
knowing that we could maybe get a discount.
Yeah.
And I make sure they're comfortable with that.
Right.
I do not want to show their dream home that there is no way is it feasible for
Exactly.
them. Right.
Yes.
And so then I had a situation where they gave me their parameters,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're like, "Why didn't you show us this house? We don't understand. How come I'm finding this on Zillow?" And I said, "Excuse me, but that's $300,000 over your price point that you shared with me.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like? Do you want to adjust it?"
Right.
Happy to do that.
Right.
So please give us an opportunity, because if you're going out on Zillow and Realtor.com, but you're looking at different parameters than what you've given
Right.
your real estate professional.
Yeah.
Because also we're keeping in mind, hey, I heard this house might be going on the market. Whether it's our listing or someone else's listing, we're in the know, right? We
Mhm.
kind of have a buzz going on.
Sure.
So understanding that we're going to help you find a home too. I mean, that
Yes.
is our goal.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, but one that's within your budget.
Yes.
And everyone has a budget.
Yes.
So, and then be honest about, subdivisions. Where
Mhm.
do you want to be? And how close do you want to be from downtown? What's your lifestyle? Do you like to go out to dinner on
Right.
the weekends? And so, or are you more of a homebody and you want to be miles out of town?
Sure. Sure.
And have, more land,
Sure.
amazing sunsets, whatever. I mean, they're beautiful too. It's all
Yes.
beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
hard
you just
part.
need to figure out what you want and then
Exactly.
express that to
And
your
ex-
agent.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. And then please be honest about what is in your budget or how much you want to spend, because there's varying initiation fees for certain communities.
Sure.
And some of them have required athletic fees. And
Mhm.
it's not only initiation fee, but a monthly fee. It can go up over time. But it just depends on the amenities that appeal to you and the lifestyle that you're looking for.
Sure.
And so, but understanding that. So a lot of times, well, why didn't you put this house on our list? And as you know, I don't think it's a secret. Talking Rock has, much higher initiation fees and monthly fees.
Right.
It's a gorgeous community.
Yes.
And so I'll be.
You work that into the
and
price.
Well,
it's way
if
more.
your price point is here,
Yeah.
are you, then as soon as I tell them, oh no, that's out. And then other people, it's nothing. It's a drop.
Right.
It's a drop in the bucket.
Sure.
So
Sure.
I respect whatever. I want you comfortable as a buyer. We want, you to not be cursing us or
Right.
what's the house poor thing,
Right.
so we want you in your comfort zone.
Perfect. That's a great place to take a quick break. More coming up here on Leza Live. Stay with us. Welcome back to Leza Live on the news, 103.5 FM, KYCA. My guest this morning, Elena Sandwick, with the luxury team with Realty One Group Mountain Desert this morning. She comes in every month to just give us some tips on real estate, selling, buying. And today we're talking about being clear on the role that your real estate agent plays in the whole process.
In addition, we just talked about, price points, subdivisions,
Being honest
membership
with your
fees,
your agent.
and the money.
Yeah.
Just be honest where you want to be at. So a lot of people look at different subdivisions vary on property taxes too. It's very interesting.
Right.
So move-in ready, or do you want a possible reno?
Right.
And that's another one. So but it's very difficult sometimes to narrow a home down. So because you can't just base it on the age of the home, because maybe it's been completely renoed and it's
Sure.
just stunning and everything that you wanted,
Mm-hmm.
with the quartzite counters and the
Yes.
gourmet kitchen. And
Right.
so keep that in mind and understand, so our budget, or our price point for a move-in ready versus a remodel project, right? Okay.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
And then please do not hesitate to ask questions with your agent.
Yes, that's what you're there for, basically.
Yes. And nothing is too basic.
Mhm.
Nothing is too simple. We see people, there's still the older adults who have never purchased a home on their own.
Sure.
So
Sure.
I don't mind. I'm going to explain the whole process to you. And that's how your agent should be with you.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes. There's no question. There's no dumb questions, right?
Right.
Never.
They say it all the
No.
time.
Yes. And then please, if you do change your search criteria, please share it with your agent.
Yes. That's
If you're like,
important.
okay, we really don't like these homes, we're going to bump it up.
Right.
Or something changed with our jobs, we're going to bump it down.
Right.
It's okay.
Yes.
We don't mind.
Such great advice. Such
Yes.
great advice. Love it. Do you have any listings that you want to share
Oh,
with us?
yes. So I don't know. We've talked about this 1301 South Manzanita Hill Road is absolutely stunning. And it's on the National Forest, right? Circle Trails right behind it. You can actually
Beautiful.
watch the bike riders this weekend from the
Yes.
home.
Lovely.
And it is back on the market. It is, but now we have separated the parcels,
Oh,
so it's
okay.
a more affordable at 1.6.
Okay.
Beautiful. Call us to check it out.
Yes. How do they get a
Yes.
hold of you?
Yes, they can get a hold of us at 928-487-0944, luxuryprescott.com, or Elena at luxuryprescott.com, or Gwen at luxuryprescott.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much for coming in. We always look forward to these conversations. We'll
Yes.
see you next month.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for listening. I'll see you on 99.1 at noon.